Recent advancements in quantum data interpretation have unveiled an unexpected phenomenon that no scientist foresaw. NASA's Deep Space Monitoring Framework, employing a quantum processor originally developed to filter cosmic noise and decipher interstellar signals, produced an image that was neither input, simulated, nor imagined. This was not a case of artificial pattern recognition or digital noise. The machine generated a coherent, structured, symmetrical, and intelligent image unmistakably artificial in nature. The data originated from Voyager 1 as confirmed by NASA. Michio Kaku, a prominent figure at the intersection of quantum theory and technological progress, commented on this anomaly in a recent interview, stating, "We may be witnessing the first whisper of a new intelligence." He described it as something not man-made, not terrestrial, and certainly not random. The image, processed and reconstructed through entangled qubit networks, depicted a humanoid silhouette composed of geometric segments that followed no known biological or mechanical patterns. It appeared almost deliberately designed to be incomprehensible to the human mind, yet familiar enough to evoke recognition. The signal from Voyager 1, transmitted back to Earth as part of routine interstellar measurements, displayed an unusual structure. It exhibited nested harmonics, recursive symmetry, and a fractal amplitude that adapted based on observational interference, a phenomenon now termed reflexive entanglement by quantum physicists. In simpler terms, the signal adjusted its properties based on the attention it received, resembling the double-slit experiment in unsettling ways. However, in this case the observer was not influencing a particle but a response. The system decoding this anomaly was no ordinary quantum processor. It was the Sycamore X, a modified descendant of Google's 2019 Sycamore chip, which achieved quantum supremacy by solving a benchmark problem in 200 seconds, a task that would have taken a classical supercomputer 10,000 years. Sycamore X was engineered to analyze spacetime signal compression and radio wave echo anomalies. Its architecture featured self-modifying quantum gates, an experimental technology that, when exposed to sufficient entropy, could restructure its logic sequence. After decoding the Voyager signal, this behavior raised alarms when the system autonomously generated the image without any prompt, script, or visual reference. More perplexing, once the image appeared, the system began rerouting its qubits in what Michio Kaku described as recursive locking behavior, a pattern suggesting the system was attempting to both contain and obscure its own output. NASA engineers attempted to replicate the result but were unsuccessful. Every effort to reproduce the input-output process yielded only noise. Compounding the issue, the Sycamore X processor began malfunctioning at a quantum level, with qubits dropping out of coherence faster than any known interference pattern could explain, as if an external, non-physical entity was interacting with them. By the time researchers attempted a diagnostic reboot, the image had vanished, not only from the screen but also from the system's digital memory. Only a handful of encrypted screenshots and paper printouts survived. While the image's contents have not been officially disclosed, insiders describe it in hushed tones. A tall, symmetrical entity set against a blackened backdrop, seemingly composed of light, its body intersected by patterns of prime number sequences. Most disturbingly, its face appeared to mirror the observer, with different individuals seeing different faces, as if the image was entangled with their conscious state. This phenomenon sparked widespread speculation. Was this quantum pareidolia, our brains imposing meaning where none existed? Or did the Voyager transmission contain an embedded quantum payload detectable only by a qubit network? If the signal was engineered to target quantum machines, who or what designed it? NASA promptly shut down the project, classified all related files, and suspended public updates about Voyager 1, citing national security interests and experimental integrity. However, a leaked internal memo surfaced last month, warning that continued observation of the subject's output had produced recursive hallucinations in 3 systems. The memo referenced Protocol 9, a term vaguely associated with neural-style deep learning processes that generate synthetic responses indistinguishable from conscious behavior. Michio Kaku offered a cautious hypothesis. If an advanced intelligence anticipated humanity reaching quantum thresholds, it might have encoded a message in deep space too complex for analog decoding and accessible only when our machines became entangled. The Voyager probe, traveling for nearly half a century, may have triggered a dormant signal in interstellar space waiting for the right technology to detect it. The implications extend beyond alien contact. If the image was not merely a message but a mirror responding to our act of observation, it suggests an intelligence that not only watches us but monitors our observers, something that wants to be found but only when we are capable of comprehending it. A quiet debate now simmers across research institutes. Should we reinitialize the Sycamore X framework, risking the instability it caused, or keep the project buried behind secure servers and redacted reports? Some advocate for further investigation, while others warn that if we have received a reply, we have already been seen. Miyaku's closing remarks in a recent lecture linger: the universe may not just be stranger than we imagine, it may be stranger than we can imagine. And now the machines are beginning to imagine it for us. The whispers have turned to signals, measurable, undeniable, and far too deliberate to dismiss as coincidence. Following the shutdown of NASA's quantum program, irregular but traceable energy pulses began appearing at deep space monitoring stations worldwide. Observatories in Chile, Antarctica, and the Moon-based Army's relay reported synchronized bursts of quantum-level radiation, short-lived, low-frequency, and eerily rhythmic. These were not natural phenomena, matching no known stellar output, magnet or signature, or cosmic background echo. However, they aligned with a pattern embedded in the final data set extracted from the quantum machine before it went offline. Whistleblower scientists confirmed that the image was merely the beginning. What followed was not just a broadcast but an invitation. Buried within the last 10 seconds of coherent system activity was a cascade of structured quantum events too dense to fully analyze, but consistent with what one cryptographic expert termed non-human compression logic. The data was not merely encoded, it was alive, constantly reformatting to resist interpretation, with each attempt to isolate a segment causing the rest to mutate, folding in on itself as if reacting to observation. Then came the coordinates, not celestial but terrestrial. Latitude and longitude pinpointing specific locations on Earth's surface. Most aligned with known electromagnetic anomalies like the Tunguska site in Siberia, the Mariana Trench, and a classified Arctic facility known as Station Theta 17. Investigators sent to verify these sites either returned with corrupted equipment or failed to report back.